Good day, everyone. Today is Friday the 13th. Ooh, the Knights of Templar. It's their anniversary. This is Global Government News, and I'm Darko. Welcome, everyone. We're going to start off with some Big Brother news. This first article is from the London Telegraph, and it's titled Google Street View, quote, "Dead girl sparks panic after photographed lying down." It says a schoolgirl sparked panic after she was photographed lying face down and seemingly dead on Google Street View. And before I cut to this video right here, just wanted to point out this isn't the first time. This past story that I just showed is recent, but this story, woman caught on Google Street View allowing young boy to lie in road. A woman was captured on Google Street View outside Gateshead Law Courts alongside a young boy who was lying in the road. This is from August 19th, 2009. So this is definitely something that's ongoing, and this little spy grid is definitely up and running. They're just trying to tweak it now with this geospatial intelligence satellite program that they got going on now. It's pretty cutting edge stuff, and they just assigned a new director for it, some female that I covered yesterday. But anyways, let's cut to the chase here, and you can see what I'm talking.
Here's a child's practical joke gone a little wrong. 9-year-old Azura was trying to play a trick on her friend when she played dead outside her house, but she didn't realise that her joke would be caught on camera and posted on the internet on Google Maps Street View.
We were playing tag and I must have fell over and my shoe must have got knocked off.
Neighbours became a little concerned when browsing their area of Worcester to see what appeared to be a dead body dumped on the side of the road, but the mystery was quickly solved.
Really, from this reporter from the Worcester Evening News, not Evening News, popped a note through the door, got in from work about 10 o'clock. There's a note with a picture, contact me ASAP. And I looked at the picture and I did laugh because it was my daughter in it.
Behind your car.
Then I rang up to find out why this has sort of been, why this was happening.
The moment will now remain on Google Maps until someone asks for them to be removed or the site decides to do an update.
So there you go, folks. And when I first caught a glimpse of this story, I was just kind of shocked. I kind of just figured it was the cops, it was the police or something like that, the authorities that caught this, and they responded to it with fire trucks and EMS and all that good PR stuff, but they didn't. It was actually the public that was calling in and was concerned about a dead body, and it does kind of make you wonder. It's like with this type of technology out there, I'm not saying that it shouldn't exist. I'm just saying that I know I have a pretty good feeling of what it's being used for. It's more of keeping track of the slaves, and so when I see this, it just it's kind of upsetting because did you see that picture of her on the newspaper? I mean, that wasn't just an aerial photo. That was like Street View. I mean, if I've only used it a couple times, but that's just pretty freaky, dude. If it's updated that much. So, and last point I would like to make, as I was thinking about this, the first thing I thought was Enemy of the State with Will Smith, and that was kind of an older movie. But I just wanted to say that it seems as though that type of technology does exist right now. And they're just finally fully implementing it now to where they can see through your house from above, from satellites or whatever high-altitude airships, whatever they're using. But they can see through your house. They can detect who you are by your walk. I mean, a lot of freaky stuff. What gets even freakier is that Google is now going to be using drones to capture this stuff. So, I mean, it just gets even more wild. So, yeah, women caught on Google Street View allowing young boy to lie on a road. And, of course, this gets into a whole beyond privacy where you get into Good Samaritan. It's like, well, okay, you're someone, let's say you didn't know or whatever. You're caught on film, whatever, and you didn't help somebody. I mean, this is ludicrous. You're going to get arrested for something like that. I like what it says here. Is with all people photographed by the Google Street View cameras, the woman's face is disguised by pixelation. And if you believe that crap, yeah, it may be for the slaves can't see it, but for the people that it's built for, the military-industrial complex, your big brother, your government, and the corporations that run it, they can see your little smiling face. Trust me. And that's what I'm talking about with this enemy of the state technology. It exists. If they want to see your smiling face and identify you, they'll do it. Trust me. It's like the GPS, the little GPS, handheld GPSs that you have. No, not your cell phones or your smartphones. I'm talking about regular GPS made by Garmin, for hunting and that. They even tell you that they purposely set off the calibration so you're not exactly honed in. It's not as accurate as it could be. Because they say it's for defense purposes. It's all for defense purposes. Everything that you get from your iPad and your BlackBerry is for the military. It's for the government. And once they have the ability to control it, that technology, then they issue it to the slaves and they sell it to them. And then that funds even more of their technology to enslave you even further. You see that? This next one's from the Register. It's titled Facebook Bug Spills Name and Pic for All 500 Million Users. And it says a bug in Facebook's login system allows attackers to match unknown email addresses with users' first and last names, even when they're configured their accounts to make that information private. So it says Facebook users have no control over this, as this works even when you have set all the privacy settings properly. And it says harvesting this data is very easy, and it can be easily bypassed by using a bunch of proxies. As over the past few years, Facebook has come under criticism for revealing too much information about its users. The data, which can include users' birthdays, hometowns, and personal friends, can then be used by marketers, stalkers, and other ne'er-do-wells to invade users' privacy, like your government, right? They didn't include that, though. The social networking sites responded by giving users more control over who gets to see pieces of user information. And if you think I'm just a tinfoil hat wearing person, well, just realize that Facebook, yes, it was created by college students initially, but it was developed by DARPA. It was developed by intelligence agencies. And that's why you have DARPA hosting competitions for the public, like these balloon locating contests where they have all the leading universities, such as MIT. Usually MIT wins because, well, they are the military-industrial complex head honcho. But besides that, they have little contests, and so they test it. And they had all the public use Facebook and Twitter and, quote, social networking sites to target a certain balloons and try to bring in information. And so they're experimenting as well. They're using the public to experiment with their tracking technology. And this one, I'm not going to read the whole thing. Security flaw creates Android Palm pre-snoop risk. Says security researchers have uncovered a flaw that creates a means to plant bugging software on Palm Pre devices. The vulnerability means that the Palm Pre phone might be compromised through the receipt of maliciously constructed vCard. A doctored electronic business card sent by MSS or Exchange could be used to place a backdoor on compromised devices that surreptitiously records audio and store data before transmitting it back to hackers. The flaw was discovered by MWR Labs, and it says an excitable press release from MWR attributes a quote from Fidgen describing the Palm flaw as offering, quote, a James Bond scenario for spying. Fidgen said the quote was a case of MWR's PR bots getting carried away rather than a genuinely held view. Swedish man gets $1 million speeding ticket, which is weird because I just remember reading or hearing about this the past couple weeks or month, about a couple times where people were getting like just outrageous tickets, like $500,000, $1 million tickets. I thought it was a joke, but so that's why I'm covering it, because, well, it's real. People are getting $1 million tickets. But it says he was driving 290 kilometers or 180 miles per hour in Switzerland. A Swedish man was, and is likely to receive a world record speeding fine of $1 million. And he says, I think the Speedo in the car, which is new, is faulty, the driver said. I love that, the Speedo. Thank you for joining me, everyone. Take care.